Look at the gooseberries. This is a 1-year-old gooseberry plant, and I'm getting tiny gooseberries. There must be at least 75, 80 gooseberries there, or maybe even 100. Each branch is loaded like this. And they've also started changing color, which means they will soon be ready to eat. They're a bit sour, but full of vitamin C. Hello and welcome to May Garden Update. This is one part of the garden where we have grown strawberries and some fruit trees. Looks like pollination has happened and we are getting some baby fruits already. And there's another gooseberry here. These gooseberries are still tiny. This one is also 1 year old, and you get 100 fruits in the year 2, and then the number of fruits just keeps multiplying. So 200 fruits in year 3. And the strawberries, I had bought 3 plants of strawberries in 2020 lockdown, and we planted those in the ground last year, and see how many I've got now. 1, 2, 3, and they just keep growing. They keep expanding in this patch. They grow their vines underneath the ground, and then you get more growth. So I think I've got a dozen or more strawberry plants all multiplied in just 2 years, and they all are bearing fruit, and they all bear fruit the way I want. I've got 5 to eat today, 5 or 6. That's enough for me. So these are ready to pluck and eat. And then tomorrow when I come in the garden, I'll get some more. Having garlic in between fruit trees just confuses the insects and birds about the smell of the fruit, and so that is one way of saving your fruits from pests, although everyone has a say in nature and they should also get their share. This is the garlic, and it has started going to seed now. I'm still going to leave it in the ground till August and harvest in August. This has gone really tall. Look, this is the garlic plant, and it's gone like 3 to 3.5 feet tall. I planted it the end of October. Garlic was planted in the ground end of October, and this is the height now, and it's all starting to go to seed, but it's still time. I'll let the bulbs grow bigger. The bulbs are growing bigger inside. So these trees are pear trees and apple trees here, pear and apple. And then those are berries, raspberries. So this one, I still have labels from last year. This was bought last year, and it gave me some fruit last year, but it's got more flowers this year. So hopefully I'm looking forward to at least 200 raspberries from this one, and same from the one next to it. That's a different kind of berry. I've lost the label for that. And this is another kind of berry. It's called tayberry. I've still got a label somewhere there saying it's tayberry. And then that one's got a label as well. So these are the berry plants, and they should start giving us fruit in a month or so. This is the apple tree. And then we've just mowed the lawn. I still have to water the plants, but we've been having good rain. So this is how we've arranged this garden here. And that's the summer house. That's the newly built summer house. And it starts with 2 grapevines. So this is a grapevine on this side. That should go all over this support structure to form a little doorway. This is the second grape tree. Next to it is blueberries. I put some bark here. And this is a walkway. This has started fruit, so there are fruit trees here, and in between I've just put my pots because I don't want anything else to grow there. This is the onion we grew. It's growing quite nicely. This is spring onions. I can cut whatever I want for my dishes, and they continue to grow and give me onions. These are blueberries, but I don't know when these are going to fruit. I think might fruit this year. This again is only 1 year old, but it's a nice healthy big plant, and so is this, but I don't think it's time for blueberries yet. There are various things growing in these pots. Potatoes, that's a potato leaf. You can recognize potatoes just spring out of the old soil that I reuse, and then you see leaves come out, and there are potatoes growing along with some garlics in there. This is the fig tree. The fig tree is also in its second year. It gave us 1 fig last year, and there's a fig tree here for symmetry, and then we put some more grapevine. I've still got the label from last year, so this is also a year old, and I hope to see some grapes this year. Again, we get grapes around October, but the leaves are edible. You can eat leaves, you can eat this, you can use it in your cooking. I haven't used it yet, but I've been told they're edible, so we will try some leaves. You should always try 1 or 2 at a time and get used to it. This part needs more fertilizer. This part of the garden had garlic. I'd grown garlic in different parts to check out the soil, and this one is sort of dying out. So basically I'm going to get rid of this and grow something else here. We've just made this land ready to grow something else. We've already planted a dozen runner beans. These are runner beans. So there's 1, 2, and 3 here, and then I've got 10 on the other side of the shed. So some of these are not coming back to life yet. That's a chili plant. It gave me more than 100 chilies last summer, but it hasn't come to life yet. I just keep my fingers crossed. This is a tomato, and there's mint growing there. This is black currant. It needs to go in the ground. I'm just waiting for my gardeners to help me out. This was also bought last year, so I still have the paperwork which comes with the plant. And there are more than 200 flowers that are getting pollinated on this one, so we're going to get blackcurrants, lots of blackcurrants from a tree that is just in the second year. This is a blackberry plant. I saved it when we were trying to organize this patch. We had to save some. As you can see, I'm going through a house extension, and we had to get rid of some parts, some plants. So there are 10 runner beans, broad beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 broad beans. And I've seen my friend who owns a broad bean plant, and she gets hundreds of broad beans every year. It's a perennial. So this is the part of the garden I'm working on right now. That's a chili bucket I bought a month ago, and these are flaming hot chilies, and we've got about 10 little baby plants starting here, so I'm looking forward to some flaming hot chilies in a few months. Hopefully August this will grow, the plant will grow for June, July, and then start bearing chilies, and we harvest everything in August here. In between I've planted some methi, which is fenugreek, and that's coming out. I need to cover the in-between ground with something, and what better than methi and coriander, because if you don't, then the weeds take over. So methi is starting to sprout. That's all methi, and when it grows to this height, the height of this bucket, I will start harvesting. So methi can be harvested in a month now. The berries are ready to harvest right now, and I've got my little nursery going inside the greenhouse. This is a tomato bucket I bought. This one hasn't started flowering, but this one has, so all these flowers are going to turn into tomatoes. And I've got a picture of the tomatoes. This is how it will look. These are the tomatoes, wine tomatoes. And this is something interesting going inside the greenhouse, so I'll show you my work. I planted fennel from seed. Fennel seeds, the variali that I had in my kitchen cabinet. I soaked it overnight and I planted, and I'm going to get lots of variali. Hopefully by October. And the fennel is very good for your coughs and colds. I just like to take some fresh fennel and eat. It's not the vegetable fennel, they come out as green seeds in bunches. We used to buy these in India and eat them. So that's fennel. I've grown some other things here. I keep it covered. This is spicy chili again. This is chili, but chilies do take a little longer to sprout. It took me a month for the other chili, so hopefully in a month. I've got 2-3 different things, and the labels are quite rough at the moment. I've got some aubergine seeds as well. I've put down bangan, little bangans inside, so they might take a little while. I need to water this before I go away for the day. They started coming out. I've got tomatoes, aubergines, and chilies. This is the seed I'm going to plant today or tomorrow. That is lettuce, and we do succession planting with lettuce, so we have lettuce coming every week. So I'll plant a few seeds tomorrow, and then I'll do more next week. So this is the system to grow it better. It's like an incubator, and the condensation helps. We've already got one there. This is watermelon seeds. After we ate the watermelon, we had seeds, so I just put the seeds, even didn't take the skin out, nothing, just put the seeds. And look at the number of watermelon plants growing here. The trick is to keep it alive till the watermelons are big. The mistake I made last year was that it was all out in the open, and the branches couldn't survive the rain. They started rotting, so the watermelons couldn't grow to size. So I'm going to water all this now, and then that's my job done. Here I have haldi and ginger to go in the ground. That again is a long process. It's a 10-month cycle. I don't know when I'm going to plant it. We've got the land prepared. My gardeners are working on the land. There are some more weeds to take out, and hopefully I'll put it on that patch of land over there, which has got a few weeds to go. Or I might use some pots. Not yet, we just build as we grow. So this is all to be cleared out. They've done the work on this part. This is clear, and the soil is ready for planting. So as and when I get time, I'll come and put something in the ground directly. The little babies from the nursery in the greenhouse will also be ready to go in the ground soon. And that is the May update on the garden. I will do another video for the extension. We've come that far in the extension of the house. The ground floor and the first floor. I'll talk in detail about the works that have already been done so far and what we need to do. So watch out for the video for this house extension, and I'll update you on the garden, June garden, as well as the house extension in June. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day. Bye bye.